There's a lot one can learn when apartment hunting, as there's a lot one can learn with any situation in life. In the previous video, I shared a few thoughts about windows and how intrigued I was to find that some of the apartments in Israel build rooms without windows. I can understand for a storeroom, but a room that you're going to be living in, it's important to have light and ventilation. And there are a number of other things that are important in apartments too. So let's take a look at this whole topic of accessibility. And it's more than just being able to get into the apartment, but talking of getting into the apartment, let's start right there, because it doesn't help how good or problematic an apartment is if you can't get into it. Sometimes some apartments that I've been to look at, there might be an elevator, but can you actually get to the building? Meaning the stairs the gradient could be so incredibly steep that it's very difficult for somebody who has a balance problem or knee problems or is elderly or perhaps has a stroller or a shopping cart, especially a heavy one. There are lots of reasons why an elevator might be important, and taking care as to what gradient that those stairs are is crucial. Not only that, but if the elevator goes down to where the parking level is, which might be underneath the building, some of the apartments do have a pedestrian entrance, a pedestrian gate that allows you to be able to go as a pedestrian through the parking area and to the elevator and then be able to access the building. But what happens if there's just a security gate that's only accessible via a code that the owner of the apartment would have, or whoever lives in the building would have, or perhaps a remote? And if you don't have the code or the remote, that's it. You can't really get into the building. So elevators are important, but it's not only to get to the apartment, but you've got to get into the building itself. If you're interested in other topics and thoughts about accessibility, join me in another video and let's see what other interesting discoveries I've come across in apartment hunting here in Jerusalem.